Okay, we're going to create an original design. Make sure that you've put your name on the back in the middle with pencil, please. When you're drawing a unique line with loops, it should flow. The intersections were curving. So the intersections are like four-way stops. And so you're taking your Sharpie and you're curving those edges. And sometimes you have to thicken the line to smooth it out. If your hand shakes, then don't worry about it because it just means that it'll be consistent all the way through. So because I have two loops here, I have four intersections. When you're filling in areas with a Sharpie, pull towards you. It's easier, it's usually smoother. When you are pushing away, it's harder. So make sure that you are turning your paper and using your cover sheet as well. You need to have three circle shapes. When you are tracing around the shape, make sure that the Sharpie is in a vertical position. That will make it easier. Again, you're going to go back in and you're going to curve the intersections and decide where you want the line to be thicker and where it might stay the same. Last, you're going to do two rectangular or square shapes. Because they are rectangular or square, you're going to be rounding those edges. And then again, as you can see, we're going to curve the intersections. Everything should be curved. If you're not sure if you caught everything, ask a neighbor and have them look. If you have an area that you think needs a little bit more, you can always put in another loop line, even a small loop line inside a shape. All right, let's add some color. Again, you need to use your cover sheet at all time. You can select 2 to 3 base colors. This base color is orange. When you are shading with color pencil, it needs to be laying on its side. So that means the color pencil has to be sharp. There are 2 pencil sharpeners in the room. Short strokes is what works. If you try to scratch it with real long strokes, then that's the way it's going to look. It's going to look scratchy. So if you want your colored pencil to look smooth and to blend, then you need to use the short strokes. Notice that I am turning the paper and I'm adding another base coat. Most of the time, one coat for a base coat is not enough. So again, light pressure, pencil on the side, and the pencil always has to be sharp. If for some reason you get outside the line, use the white eraser, try to clean it up, or don't worry about it. We'll add some texture in that area. Now I'm taking the red color pencil and I am blending with the red color pencil. I am using more of a diagonal stroke. So that means it's like going down a slide. So it's not straight up and down. It has an angle to it. And I'm putting that red shade over the orange to help to create a shadow. Now, I'm going around it like 3/4 of the way. This is one of those things that you will learn more about shadows. But for right now, creating some and learning how to blend is what I want you to do. So just do your best. Then you layer it again with orange. You want to have dark, medium, and light values. So sometimes you have to go back and add more. Here I'm adding a little blue to the darker area, and then I'll add some more orange back on top. So it's a layering process. You're layering color pencils on top. Right there you can see I took the white eraser, and when I erase it, all I have to do is just tap with the eraser and I'll pick it back up. So you're going to be moving around. You may want to work all of the same ones together. You may want to leave some of the shapes white. You don't have to color them all in. But when you start to color the background, you've got to make sure that you're using short strokes. You can't all of a sudden start using really, really long strokes because it will create a scratchy texture. With blues, this is a turquoise blue. I'm going to use a darker blue to add shadow and even some violet to it. Again, you're learning, you're practicing, and so some of you have some color theory knowledge and some of you are just learning it. So think about going from light to medium to dark with your shading, and that'll kind of help you with the idea. Again, you'll notice I turn the paper, my hand is on the cover sheet. That way I do not get my hand on the design paper. I want it to stay as clean as possible. Now I'm taking a darker blue, and again, I am using an angle on it. It's angled. It is not a straight line. I don't want to outline it. I already outlined it with the Sharpie. So now I'm blending it with the other turquoise blue color, and I'm curving my shadow. So I'm kind of curving it in the same way that this again, I want this area to have a little bit more of a shadow to it. Notice that that one smaller piece of blue, I don't know what I want to do with it yet. Again, this is a process that you're going through and you're looking at what's happening. And if you've never used color pencil before, then don't worry. You're going to get better as you practice.